Good morning and welcome to week 2 of Predictions and Prognostications. I am your co-host Nicholas Giordano. Feels good to be back. This is my first episode in almost, 250 days. If that makes sense, something like that. My first game is Zygote versus Broccoli. I don't have the lifetime stats on it, but if I were to predict, I'd say Zygote has this one. But this will be a good game, I think. A high-scoring game, too. Zygote had a very strong start last week. All of his players performed well, especially Josh Allen. I wanted that man. Brock Bauer was in the lineup. Tyreek Hill, underwhelming though. All right, let's get started. Josh Allen versus Kyler Murray. I do like Josh Allen against the Jets, especially touchdown-wise. I don't know about yardage, but this is a touchdown league. He'll get a few sixes in there for you. Kyler Murray, I don't know. I mean, he looked fine last week. This is the Panthers, too, just another weak team like the Saints pretty much. So I don't hate this. Give me Josh Allen, though. That should be pretty obvious. Saquon and Stevenson versus Chase Brown and Genty. I mean, Chase Brown and Genty looks way better there. Barkley, I do like against Kansas City for another classic 90-something yards, and he'll get in for a TD or two. Stevenson I don't like, not just because he's not the best player on paper, but it's not a one-man running back, whatever you call it, one-man running back group. And then on the right side, Chase Brown and Genty for Broccoli. Chase Brown I love for touchdowns again today. They're just going to feed him in the red zone. Ashton Genty I like more today, or Monday, than I liked him last week. So I think Monday he will have a great game. Although it's past his bedtime. That game starts at 10 o'clock. Jesus, what are we doing? But yeah, definitely give me Chase Brown and Genty there. Genty will wake up a little more, even though he did score a touchdown last week. So give me Broccoli here. Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill is a very interesting wide receiver core because they're just older guys. If this was 2019, this team would be unstoppable. But this is 2025, and Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill are on their way down. I think it's Puka's week again, not just because I have him in fantasy, but that's who Stafford likes. Tyreek Hill, I don't like him again this week. I mean, that you can see that Miami team. I mean, that's just collapsing. I wouldn't be surprised if Tyreek Hill threw off his jersey and quit mid-game like another certain someone. So not a big fan of that wide receiver group today. Marvin Harrison, not a big fan of him today personally against Carolina. I know he'll get better and better this year, but I don't know how to feel about him right now this week. Metcalf, same situation. I mean, last week he technically did good on paper, 70-something yards and a touchdown, I think. No, maybe not a touchdown. But his revenge game against Seattle, I think he plays good, even though Seattle does have a good secondary. Give me DK to have about another 70, and I'll give him a score today. Aaron Rodgers will feed the ball to his favorite target. So although it was close, this wide receiver group for each isn't anything amazing this week, but give me Marvin Harrison Jr. and DK Metcalf with the upside there. Then tight ends, we have Brock Bowers. I know he got banged up. I think it was his knee. I didn't really see any updates on him this week. Maybe I'm just living under a rock, but I guess he's healthy enough to be in the lineup, so that's good, obviously, because he's the best fantasy tight end and tight end period in the league soon. Tyler Warren, another young guy. I mean, I think that's a great fantasy pick there with the upside. I like Indianapolis against Denver today. It's either Jonathan Taylor day or just a big Tyler Warren and like Alec Pierce or something like that day. So hopefully it's the Pierce and Warren type of day. But I think it'll be quiet today, although I do like him as a fantasy tight end going forward. So give me Brock Bowers, obviously there. This is going to be a tight game. Let me finish this. So we got the flexes. We got Ibuka versus Hampton. Both rookies. Both could go off for 25 points, but could also have 5 points. Ibuka, amazing week last week. I can see him repeating that again with at least another touchdown. I think he'll break in as the wide receiver 1 by the end of the year, even though Mike Evans is still amazing. Hampton, Nothing crazy last week against the Chiefs, but again, now he's playing the Raiders. Not as strong as a defense. I'm going Zygote though, just to play it safe. I don't think Hampton will do as good. Not saying he won't do good, won't do as good. McPherson and Little, doesn't really matter. They're playing each other in the game, so I think Jacksonville has a higher chance of kicking those field goals. So give me Little, I guess. Packers for Broccoli scores 9 points. I mean, nothing crazy, but you'll take that from your defense, obviously. Vikings D tonight against Atlanta. That's interesting. I see the Vikings getting some turnovers on Penix and those wide receivers, but I think the Falcons also score a lot of points. So give me around the same areas, the Packers, the 8 to 12 range. So again, this is going to be a close game, but in the end, I think Zygote gets it 2-0. Josh Allen, Saquon, Brock Bowers, Zygote, yeah, there's some strong guys on that side. So sorry to my fellow co-host Broccoli for giving you the L here. We'll be close. Won't be surprised if you win this game. Also, props to Zygote for having Michael Mayer on his bench. It's a great handcuff to have just in case of Bowers. But give me Zygote in a close one here. Fairly high scoring. Give me 111 Zygote to 105 Broccoli.